Am I even doing this right? Hold on a sec. What does it say? Well, I guess so, yeah, but really, I mean, how is it that folding paper, out of all things, is anything but simple and easy? I mean, what is this article even called? Hold on. Fun with Origami by Jazzy Sawalma. How folding paper can be simple and easy. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, my God. What the fridge is even with this show time? Hey, are we starting right now? I didn't even notice. Wow. Wow, you kind of caught me at a weird time, actually. Well, yeah, I know, like, what the fridge am I even doing with this, right? Well, believe it or not, I'm actually trying to go and create my own stop-motion puppet. Now, I know, like, you're probably not even buying it. You're probably thinking, like, okay, come on, AniMat. This is a stop-motion puppet? I mean, aren't stop-motion puppets supposed to have wires underneath them? They're made of plasticine, and they literally have thousands of interchangeable faces? Okay, yes. That is technically the definition of the standard stop-motion puppet that it is nowadays. But I will say this, though. A great stop-motion artist is capable at looking at anything that he sees around him and is capable of taking any object and bring that to life with the art of the medium. If you're familiar with my works, then you might remember when I've done an entire multi-part retrospective called Animation Look Back: The Best of Stop Motion, where I talked about the history of the medium and how it was used in both beloved animated films and as a precursor to CGI in order to create some of cinema's most memorable visual effects. What I have seen from these masters like Ray Harryhausen, Nick Park, Henry Selick, and many more is their capability of taking an ordinary object and shape it into a believable character with a soul, even by using only one material. They can range from the cutouts of Terry Gilliam, the clay of Will Vinton, or even the customizable toys of Robot Chicken. But then you have one unsung animator whose specialty is to take a common material found in any household and use it to entertain children all around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet Italian animator Francesco Misseri. He began his career and grew his popularity by making animated commercials. But it wasn't until the 1970s rolled along and found his destiny to make simple stop-motion shorts geared towards children, starting with A.E.I.O.U and A.E.I.O.U. Ever since then, his company, Misseri Studios, is known worldwide to create short cartoons that toddlers all around the world can connect with their characters, even striking a deal with Sesame Workshop to make Bert and Ernie's Great Adventures. They would take clay and make A.E.I.O.U and A.E.I.O.U and Red and Blue. They would take sand and make A.E.I.O.U. They even took water and turn it into Pawsey. Yes, these guys know how to animate water!
Oh, this is good. This is more watery than water. This has got a water kick to it.
However, during his career, there is one animated series that Misseri created that involves possibly the most common item to use in animation. The paper. But this is not the kind to go and use it with a pencil in order to create some hand-drawn works. Oh, no. This one is actually used to literally shape up his characters in order to create the world of the 1978 cartoon, Quaq Quao. Before anything, I might as well start off about possibly the best aspect of the show, the animation. By looking into the clips, you may notice how it keeps itself simple with little to no use of detail. Misseri took what he knew with A.E.I.O.U and A.E.I.O.U and decided to interpret that with origami paper instead of clay. The production design is very well aware of what it is and what it's made of, so it doesn't hide the fact that everything is made of paper on a white backdrop. In fact, it embraces it while still finding ways to make it look colorful and only reserve drawing anything onto the eyes. But what is more impressive than the designs is the character animation. Since the series isn't trying to heavily convince you that this is a duck like what you see in real life, it's not afraid to enter into the abstract with how the characters interact and how they move. Also, it can vary from episode how far the animators want to push their creativity, where some stick to the guest animal's known characteristics, while others can really go over the top by reaching to an almost psychedelic level. So far, the project actually does sound nice with some impressive animation, even if it is geared more towards children. But this doesn't necessarily answer our question about the series, like what is Quaq Quao and what is it all about? Well, to be honest, that's kind of the thing with this show. Actually, can we just take a moment to stop the music? Can we just lower it down a bit? Yeah, okay, yeah, thanks. Alright, I need that for a bit, just at least for this moment. Okay. Now, before I continue, I just need to say that in all my years of reviewing, and this is literally reviewing anything, reviewing movies, TV shows, video games, cartoons, and all that kind of stuff, I just gotta say that I have never reviewed anything that is as this weird and this crazy. And this is not the kind that's like the really good weird, like the really entertaining, wacky weird like you would get in Ren and Stimpy or Cow and Chicken. No. It's not that at all. This is the kind of weird where it would fry up your brain as you're watching this, and it would take you a long time to immediately refunction your brain so that you can get a grasp at anything so that you could come back onto reality. You think that this is just a regular, simple, straightforward review? Strap yourselves in because there is no turning back! In every single episode, the structure of the story is the exact same. The only thing that is different from one another is the guest animal or object that the duck would encounter. In fact, allow me to demonstrate how literally every episode plays out. Hey kid, you a paper duck? Yeah, Ma, I'm going out for a stroll. Aight.
When the pimp's in the crib, Ma, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
What the?
That's what it's time to do.
No, that ain't right. Hey, I'm you.
Yeah, well, I'm you, Quack.
Where you been?
I met a thing today.
What you say, boy?
Quack.
Yeah, that's what I thought. No matter what the episode is, that's basically what you get. Now, of course, there are some parts that are different, and that is with Quack's interactions with the guest. I honestly have no idea what's going on. They do things, they run around, Quack will laugh at the guest sometimes, they morph the world around them. Well, they're doing something, that I know, but the something is an entire mystery. And no, the dialogue doesn't help either. In fact, it adds into the madness. I do get the choice of not using a real language so that people from all over the world can watch it the same way, but then again, you're pretty much subjecting to an entire episode of this. If there was one big mistake that I've done when experiencing this, it would have been the choice of binge watching the show. Now, at first glance, it doesn't seem all that bad. It only has 26 episodes and they're about 5.5 minutes each. Okay, well, doing the math, that's a little less than 2.5 hours. That's easily doable. However, little did I know that by doing so, I would experience the definition of insanity. Imagine watching the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over, down to the point that you start to notice how they keep recycling the same 2 or 3 openings and endings. You know the pattern of what will happen and when they will come up, and yet,
you still cannot make sense with what is going on. You're stuck in this narrative nightmare where it is impossible to make sense on anything you've watched. And when you end up not knowing what happened in that episode, you go to the next one hoping that you can get it. But that just puts you in an endless loop. And with how these episodes follow a very specific formula, listening to the same song and same noises over and over again, what you experience is just watching, listening, following, confusion, repeat, 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 watching, listening, following, confusion, repeat.
Okay, this madness needs to end now! I need to find something, anything, literally anything that can help me describe what is even going on with Quack Quao! Hold on a minute. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, fine. Maybe Wikipedia. We'll see what happens. Oh, they do have something! Okay, let's see now. Quack Quao has a brief interaction with his mother, a larger version of himself, which seems to be a lesson as he repeats the actions and quacks of his mother. He bids her farewell and heads off on his own for the day. He sings the Quack Quao theme song and performs acrobatics in the water, generally having a good time before he meets the guest creature of the episode. He quacks at the creature and behaves like a duck, and the creature makes sounds and behaves appropriately for its type. The two are initially antagonistic towards each other and attempt to outsmart or outperform each other by one-upmanship, culminating in a shouting match where they each try to convince the other that their language is the proper one, but finally become friends and imitate each other by changing color and or minor changes in design, making each other's sounds and behaving like each other. Quack Quao swims back to his mother, all while singing the theme tune in the style of the other creatures. He regains his normal appearance just before re-encountering his mother. When he returns, she greets him by quacking, and he responds by making the sounds of his new friend. His mother is alarmed and quacks again. Quack Quao becomes slightly subdued, and he once again responds by quacking. His mother is satisfied, and the two swim off screen together. I still don't get it. But then again, I'm not really the target demographic now, am I?
At the end of the day, it is a show that's made primarily for children. I mean, even the website stated that the show's age group is between 0 and 6. With that in mind, it is actually tailored perfectly for them. Sure, there's barely any narrative structure, but do you think children would actually care about that? The only thing that will register in their heads when watching this is the pretty colors and a little ducky doing magical things with a friend. Every episode offers 5.5 minutes of them to be quiet and watch something on the screen. And for parents and babysitters, that is a blessing, even if it's for a short amount of time. Overall, Quaq Quao is a simple little cartoon series that managed to deliver something for everyone. There's the cute, minimal charm that can appeal to kids, and the creative use of animation for adults. My recommendation with this is that this is definitely worth watching for stop-motion enthusiasts and animators looking for inspiration, while parents will be safe to know that Misseri's works like Quaq Quao is harmless and simple enough for their young ones to enjoy. However, be advised that anyone older must only watch a few episodes at a time, just in case that nobody's sanity would be broken by a paper duck. As for a rating, maybe it's the loss of many brain cells speaking, but I'd still give it a 7 out of 10. It's simple, it's creative, and I'm sure kids can find the charm in it.
Now, chances are, for whatever reason that I mentioned in this review, you're probably interested in checking out Quack Quao yourself. But the question is, where? Well, the good news is that it's actually easily searchable to find most of the episodes on YouTube. However, that is the catch. I can only say most of it because as of this review, only 17 of the 26 episodes are available. The rest, you can only find them on DVD and that's it. Trust me, I searched everywhere on the internet for the rest of the episodes, and that's honestly the only way that you can get every single one of them. But yeah, there's also 2 other volumes of this as well. You guys have no idea how lucky I am to even find these things on eBay. Seriously, it was a little bit pricey. Like, I did pay $70 for all 3 of them, but considering that these are extremely rare, I think I got lucky to find a one-of-a-kind piece of animation memorabilia here. But with all that said and done, I think I'm all good with Quaq Quao. And honestly, I'm gonna need a break from anything made of paper, and I think you can imagine why. So, in the meantime, see you later, dudes.
Bow, bow.